Money FM 89.3, best of weekends.
Let's talk now about innovation. Going into the year 2021, many companies are realizing, if they have not already realized, the importance, the absolute need for them to innovate on their digital, their technology side of their businesses. Wong Lup Wai is the CEO of IPI, and he is going to talk to us now about the challenges that enterprises are facing on their innovation journeys and how his company does work with other companies to help them figure out their technology partners, who they need, how they can find global experts to help them innovate and develop new products, services, and processes. Lup Wai, welcome. Glad to have you on the show today.
Hi, good morning, Glenn, and good morning, Neil.
Good morning.
I think the rain has stopped. Hopefully the rain doesn't come back again. Glad to be here.
We need somebody to innovate better umbrellas, I think, around town, because based on the amount of rain we've had the last 48 hours or so. But let's look at this journey that so many companies, if they didn't know it already, found out firsthand in the year 2020 that they needed to figure out fast. And talk to us about the type of needs that you're seeing at IPI.
First of all, maybe I'd like to say a few words about IPI, right? Because not many audience on the Money FM 89.3 may know about IPI. Now, IPI was set up in 2011 and used to be known as Intellectual Property Intermediary, quite a mouthful. Come this year, it is our 10th anniversary. So we had rebranded and also reviewed our new brand identity as an innovation partner for impact at the recent Tech Innovation 2020. So the role IPI plays in the innovation and enterprise ecosystem has evolved, and our value propositions have also been enhanced over the year. We are more than just an IP intermediary for companies. So I think the phrase innovation partner for impact reflects more closely with what our current positioning is. So the needs of our enterprises Singapore has also changed. So we also need to expand our portfolio of services. So talking about needs, the companies for the enterprises, particularly the small and medium enterprises, many of them do have pain points, or we call it problem statements. They would like to look for technology or solutions to help them to tackle some of these problems. On the other hand, we also work with many ecosystems. In the ecosystem partners, we have technology owners. They also like to license the technology or intellectual properties to third party. So we play a key role in trying to match the tech needs and the tech offer. So that's one of the key role we play.
Yeah.
As I say, we have
Yeah, Lup Wai. So talk to us when you've been looking over this past year. What have you seen have been the urgent needs that most companies have come to you, the problems they've been looking to solve?
Over the years, many of the SMEs particularly, I think they realize the importance of innovation and making use of technology to help them to innovate. Many of them want to pivot from the old ways of working, which is business as usual, into making use of innovation as the engine of growth. But they do struggle, right? They face many challenges. Now, the needs that they have can be ranging from funding or asking for grants. It can be lack of expertise, especially in the innovation processes. It can also be a lack of network and connections, because they also do not know exactly where to go about looking for the right technology partners. I think chief of all that, one important thing is the mindset change. The mindset I'm referring to, the willing, able, and ready willingness to innovate, and must have the ability and the readiness to embark on the innovation journey. I think we see a lot of needs in this area. But these are also the challenges that need to be solved. It's an ongoing journey.
But look, why? I mean, in 2020, the year of COVID, what issues were you seeing specifically? What things were potential clients coming to you and saying, I need this, I need to get from A to B? What was the A and what was the B? You know, what was the problem and what was some of the solutions that you came up with?
Because of our specific mission, we're targeting at companies who want to innovate, right? And not in general all the SMEs, because the base of SME is huge in Singapore. We are rather selective. So for the companies that we are targeting at, meaning they want to innovate, there are two types of company. There's one type, they already embark on the innovation journey. Now this COVID-19 pandemic actually has a positive impact on the one hand, because it makes them more determined. They want to accelerate, and many of them actually come to us and say, I need help in all aspects. Please help me to source for solutions. Please help me to provide me advisory, give me an advisor to help me on the innovation. But at the same time, because of particularly during the circuit breaker, because of the logistic difficulties, some of them, although they already prepared to embark on innovation, they are affected because the equipment are not arriving. Some of the workers, particularly the knowledge workers, some of them can't go back to the lab or to the factory floors to try out the different technology or solutions. So these are the challenges that we face. But on the whole, I see it more positive, because these are the companies that they really want to accelerate. They really want to adapt and pivot.
We're talking with Wong Lup Wai, the CEO of IPI. IPI is a subsidiary of ESG, talking about connecting especially SMEs with technology partners to solve specific problems. And I believe that one of the companies you worked with was OSIM. Tell us about that case. What did they need to have done? Everybody knows about their chairs and their different exercise items that they have. What were they looking to do, and how did you help them?
I'm glad that you mentioned OSIM. It is the most recent examples that we have provided support to them. Now, OSIM launched in September 2020 a world's first well-being chair. How did it come about? Now, through IPI, we helped them to match with a U.S. technology company called NeuroSky to explore integrating ECG sensor technology in the new massage chair. So this particular collaboration has led to the development of stress sensing feature in OSIM's world's first well-being chair. They market it as UDream. You should give it a try. Now, UDream combines stress sensor technology and biometric algorithm to measure the user's stress level, and other technologies to formulate a personalized well-being experience through the 5 senses of the user. The good news is this: OSIM expects this product innovation will help them to drive further revenue growth and also to stay ahead of the competition.
I think we could use a couple of those chairs
here
in
in the studio. Well, I was about to say, after that very nice description, I expect 2 chairs delivered any day now, Mr. Wong. But on that point...
We will convey the message to OSIM.
Please do. We are big fellas under a lot of stress. We could use the chairs.
You can tell we have a lot of stress when we do this show. A lot of stress.
I can tell from your face.
Yeah. But looking at that, Lup Wai, it sounds to me like you're very good at taking local businesses, established businesses, and finding them overseas partners, whether it's tech partners in this case. What role do you see that playing in the future? I mean, the role of globalization, how can you use global technology partners, if you like, to plug into local Singapore innovations?
This is going to continue, and in fact, the role that IPI play can only become more important than before. Now, although our mission is to help SME to grow the business, in our ecosystem, we actually work with not just SME, we work with startup, we work with local large corporations, and of course MNCs. We work with businesses on the one hand, and we also work with technology partners on the other hand. And the technology partners that we have, and which is Also, one of the unique selling point is we have both local as well as a wide network of technology partners. Now this network is our strength, and also we are agnostic to technology owner, which means that we are neutral, and therefore we gain a lot of trust from the eco partners, in the ecosystem partners. Now, you can look at it two ways. Number one, we are not just looking for technology for SME to solve the problems. There are also a lot of overseas technology owners who want to license the technology into this part of the world. So our SME can benefit from using the best technology in the world to solve the problem and go beyond Singapore to compete. At the same time, there are also a lot of SMEs overseas, particularly in Europe. Now, they are also looking for a new market to expand the businesses, especially in this part of the world with the growth of ASEAN and Asia Pacific in particular. IPI plays an important role, and Singapore is a good stepping stone for us to help to link up the businesses in overseas to local enterprises, and then they collaborate and create more competitive products or services to compete in the world.
And
Fantastic.
Lup Wai, when you look at what IPI is doing, are you particularly suited to a certain type of SME or a certain field in which they're working? Obviously, some field where they need some sort of help with technology, but are there specific areas or specific industries that you would be more effective in helping them?
Good question. IPI is also a subsidiary of Enterprise Singapore, and Enterprise Singapore comes under Ministry of Trade and Industry. Recently, our Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Heng, announced the new RIE 2025, the Research, Innovation and Enterprise budget for 2025, which is a huge budget. But this budget will be focusing more on innovation and leading to enterprises and focusing more on outcome. Now, because of this objective, it has been decided there are certain industry roadmap that we will be focusing now. So we also align ourselves with Enterprise Singapore and in turn align with the national agenda. So I can name you a few ITM, or rather the clusters that we pay more attention on. Definitely sustainability is one of them. Not only Singapore, this the whole world is talking about sustainability. The other one that is close to our heart is food. Now, Singapore has a 30 by 30 strategy. MedTech is definitely another one because of the COVID, because of the medical equipment or medical technology. And also, Singapore we still have the ambition to be the transportation hub, especially the sea as well as the air. So these are the sectors that we see ourselves playing a key role in assisting our SMEs in grow in these sectors to work closely with a bigger company.
Interesting. Lup Wai, how do people get in touch with you if they want to know more about IPI? Do they look for Enterprise Singapore or do they come to you directly?
They can. In fact, I prefer them to come to us directly because we have a different focus, whereas Enterprise Singapore has a much bigger portfolio. Mm-hmm. Our focus is mainly on open innovation, technology, etc. Yeah, so they can go to www.ipi-singapore.org.
It's very, very interesting and very important, I think, for so many companies to get that innovation element going. Wong Lup Wai, CEO of IPI, a subsidiary of Enterprise Singapore. Thanks so much for being with us today on Money FM. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.